It always rained on their book club nights. Warm yellow light spilled onto the cul-de-sac as Linda welcomed the women into her home, soft pats of water echoing on her driveway. The book that evening wasn't important. It never was, and the kettle always whistled loud enough to mask the truths hissing beneath it. Tonight, Linda felt the air crawling. They had laughed, at first howling over the little things, but as her friend's chatter echoed into the kitchen, Linda's gaze drifted toward the narrow window above the sink. Rainwater trickled over glass, too thick, too red, too much like the memory of nails torn ragged on her own palm. Karen mentioned the stalker again, that shadow, always lingering behind hedges or under nighted porches. He's real, Linda insisted, almost a whisper. No one listened. No one really remembered the first missing neighbor, or the blood pooled by the mailbox. They'd joked over it, pieced conspiracy from newspaper clippings, but Linda had always felt eyes on the back of her neck. Melissa was the first, or maybe it was Jennifer. The memories tangled like the dog-eared pages of that month's novel. Linda still heard the panic, the scraping of chair legs, the high, animal yelp. She remembered how she held the fire iron, knuckles white. She remembered the way the storm covered every sound. Nobody outside had heard a thing. Now the club was gone. One by one, their voices snuffed in the silences between thunder. Linda had wiped the doorknob, mopped the tiles, poured glasses of wine over black trash bags in the garden. She practiced the trembling in her voice, rehearsed the story. A flash of movement at the window, the sound of him forcing entry, the horror she'd endured, barely escaping with both breath and bruises. Neighbors listened. The town police did too. Linda became the victim, shaken but strong, a mother surviving loss. She clutched the blanket the detectives gave her, headlights slicing through curtains as they searched in vain for her imaginary terror. But alone now in the house, the rain against the windows never softened. Shadows clustered in the corners, growing thicker, denser. Footsteps echoed in the hall when nobody else should have been home. Whispers slipped through the vents, quoting lines from their favorite novels, voices unmistakably familiar, and blaming, as if those laughing, lively women had never really left. Sometimes, late and sleepless, Linda saw a face reflected in the black kitchen window, not her own, but shifting, eyes that flickered, a mouth split in a knowing grin. The shape outside growing clearer with every passing night, tall and half-shaded, just as she'd described to the police. She realized, too late, that some stories carve themselves into walls, that lies and imaginary monsters grow hungrier the more you feed them, and that not every visitor can be blamed on the rain.